Today, we're going to learn how to buy and sell stock in the pre-market and in the after hours within ThinkorSwim. These are going to be the time periods before and after the stock exchanges open and close, and this time period is really going to depend on your individual broker. So for ThinkorSwim, the pre-market hours begin at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, and the after hours go all the way up until 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So between those hours, between the hours of 7 a.m. and 8 p.m., you can buy and sell stock just like normal. There's just going to be a couple things you have to do to the order ticket to make sure it works correctly. First off, you have to use a limit order, meaning you're specifying an exact price that you're willing to buy or sell the stock for. And second, you actually have to identify in the order ticket that you want it good during the extended session. So going through a real-life example, let's say I wanted to buy some shares of AMD right now, but the market's been closed for about 40 minutes. So in order to buy the stock, we're going to build out an order ticket just like normal by coming up here to the last traded price of AMD, 83.68, then coming down below in the menu and clicking on Buy. That will then build out a standard order ticket down here below to just outright buy the stock, and then we can make those couple little adjustments that we need to make. So in this case, just starting on the left and working my way right, it says I want to buy one share of AMD. I'm currently using a limit order. So over here on the left, I can specify an exact price. And in my case, let's say I only wanted to buy it if it went down to 83.50. So again, you can't use market orders, you can't use stops, only limit orders. And now that we've got the price locked in, you'll now need to come over here to the right and flip this over to the extended session. So right now with the day option selected, we're saying we only want this order good from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., the regular market hours. However, if we were to click on that, you can actually see a few other options down here below, and the first one being the extended session, or EXT. So if we were to click on that one, EXT, we're saying we want this order good for all three sessions, the pre-market, the regular market, and the post-market. So this order is going to work from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. today, but if it doesn't fill by 8 p.m., the order is just going to cancel itself. If we were to instead click on the one marked GTC EXT, it's almost identical. It's still going to work from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., but it's going to go out every single day until the order fills or until you come back in here and cancel it. Now below that, you can also see an AM and PM session, so that would be good just for the pre-market or just for the after hours. But honestly, you're generally going to be using either the EXT or the GTC EXT. In my case, I'm going to use EXT for now, since I only want this order good for today. And now that I've got everything filled out, in order to place it, I'm going to come down here below and hit Confirm and Send, and then hit Send. So now that it's been placed, we can actually see the order right here on my chart, and it's an open order to buy it if AMD ever falls down to 83.50 in the after hours. In order to keep track of the price of AMD in the after hours, we could either just look at the chart itself, and right here you can see the after hours is identified with a gray background on my chart. And right now you can see AMD is trading for roughly $83.59. That's what it's going for in the after hours. But if you were to come up here at the top, you can see the exact bid and asking price of the stock right now. So at the moment, it's going for $83.56 by $83.59. So that's what it's trading for right now. If I wanted to actually get a fill immediately and buy this share immediately, I would have to adjust my price up to the current asking price of $83.59. You're going to want to make sure you're referencing these numbers to keep track of what the stock is doing in the after hours, because this number over here on the left, the last traded price, that number is not going to change at all. Now, besides doing this the simple way, if you wanted to trade in the pre and post market using the active trader instead, you'll need to make a couple adjustments to that tool. So coming over here to the right-hand side of my chart and opening up the active trader tool, we can now see the active trader over here on the left-hand side. And if you do want to learn more about this tool, check out this video above. Since I'm only going to touch on this briefly, I'm only going to show you how to use it in the pre and post market. So the first thing we have to do in order to do that is come up here to the settings menu in the upper right-hand corner. And then within there, I'm going to come over here to the left and look up a button called TIF. And remember, that stands for Time in Force. I'm now going to add it by simply clicking on it and then hitting Add Item down here below. And now in order to see it, we can hit OK. And right up here above, you can now see that brand new button, which is currently defaulted to Day. meaning I only want these orders good for the regular market session today. If we were to click on that, we could now flip that over to include either just EXT or GTC EXT. So now we can make it so anytime we click on a button down here below, we're making sure these orders actually work during the pre and post market. So now by actually clicking on that button, we can then adjust it to either an EXT order or a GTC EXT order. If we were to do that, let's go ahead and flip this over to EXT. And now in order to place the trades, we can come down here below to the ladder itself. And remember, we're using the ladder because we have to use limit orders. And in order to buy, we're going to be clicking on the green column or the bid column to the left of the price we want to buy it for. And then whenever we want to sell, we're going to be clicking in the red column or the asking column to the right of whatever price we want to sell at. So just for example's sake, let's say I wanted to buy the stock right now in the after hours. Looking here at the active trader, I can see the best ask at the moment is currently $83.60 because I can see somebody is trying to sell 100 shares at $83.60. And if I wanted to buy one share right now at that price, I'm going to come over here to the bid column or the green column and simply click in that box. We can then see an order ticket comes up to say, hey, are you sure you want to do this? And since I am, I'm going to come down here and hit send. And there you go. I just bought one share of AMD in the after hours. You can see right up here above, it actually tells me my current position. So I've got one share. I bought it for $83.60. And now if I wanted to turn around and sell it right away, well, it looks like currently the best bid in the after hours is currently $83.57. Looks like there's currently 700 shares available at that price. And if I wanted to sell it immediately, that's the best price I can get for it right now. And actually, while speaking, it looks like the price has actually moved up a little bit. It's now up to $83.60. So if I wanted to sell it right now, I'm going to click to the right of that price. I'm then going to confirm that I do in fact want to sell it. So I'm going to hit send down here. And there you go. I just bought and sold AMD in the after hours. It's as easy as that. But that should cover just about everything you need to know to buy or sell stock in the pre-market or in the after hours. There's a lot I covered only briefly, so if you are looking to learn more, consider checking out this video next. You might find it helpful as well. Otherwise, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on the next one.